Hi, hello. I know I said I was going to do a live video at about 8, but my little boy, he doesn't want to go to bed yet, and when he is very adamant that he doesn't want to do something, I just kind of go with the flow. So at the moment, I'm watching a programme, you can probably hear it in the background, called The Push, The Cliff Murder. About the lady called Fazia, who was a solicitor, who they believe her husband pushed her off a cliff in Edinburgh. And so I really just want to get this programme watched. So I will do a live video, but it won't be for maybe another hour or so, or if not today, it'll be tomorrow. But I just want to say that I haven't watched anything on BBC, like Film 4, BBC 4 for ages. But I really wanted to watch the programme about the witch trials, and I've just sort of watched other programmes after that. And to me, if you're going to watch a programme, I would definitely recommend watching this one as well, called The Push, about the cliff murder. But it's really heart-rending because it gives people of a different ethnicity a really bad reputation, a really bad name, because I've dated people of different ethnicities over the years, and you know, and there's always that kind of like racism, or you know, people are like always judging people of different ethnicities without really knowing them. And the one thing I've loved is her mom, and how she said that even though her daughter was Muslim and she got married and she knew that her daughter had to go and live with the parents of her husband and her husband, she said, my daughter has a career. She's not just going to stay at home all day and clean and cook. My daughter has a life. And I have friends, or had friends, of different ethnicities whose parents, again, were very, like, supportive. And it was like, you know, you live in the UK, yes, you can still be Muslim, but you're British. You know, I have a friend called Fama. Her husband's white. I haven't seen her for years. I have another friend called Gurpreet. I haven't seen her for years either. And she always told her parents she would always marry a white man. So I hope she did, because she was very adamant that she didn't want to marry anyone who wasn't white. And I just think it's absolutely amazing how this mother allowed her daughter to become a lawyer. And yet her husband and his family were so archaic in their attitude. And she ended up dying. And yet her family, they are such a modern Muslim family, and they're all sitting there listening to how this woman died, and how her husband was saying, I'm going to kill you, you fucking bitch. You're going to do as you're told. I'm your husband. You know, and how she even told the police that he put a pillow over her head and punched her in the face, and yet she still didn't want to press charges.
We were all on the changeover, so there was not really many staff around.
And this is before she died.
And I could hear him repeatedly.
So it's really, really upsetting to watch.
And repeatedly.
Because she got married during lockdown as well. So again, we know a lot of domestic violence took place in lockdown. And this is why it's very important that tomorrow people do think about voting. Because if we don't vote, how can we promote change? I mean, her family was so supportive of this woman having a future, that they did everything so she could get this degree and be a lawyer, for her husband to just take that away.
He said that
it's disgusting. So I definitely say watch this programme.
Within that ward,
it's such a shame, it's such a tragedy.
Everyone was there in a vulnerable place, and I was really feeling